This is Swimming Pool Steve with some tips for how to clean a used hot tub properly. So you got yourself a new hot tub, which is fantastic, except it's only new to you, and in reality it's a used hot tub. Even if it's as little as 6 months or a year old, or if you got it from your best buddy and you know that he always kept it, in pretty good condition, it should be good to go, right? No, absolutely not. 100% do not even consider getting in that hot tub with water in it until you have gone through a proper cleaning procedure. It's important to understand that in a hot tub, the bacteria isn't necessarily on the shell of the hot tub or even floating around in the water. Over 99% of the bacteria in the hot tub will exist inside of the plumbing lines in the form of a biofilm that is more or less a sticky substance that is harboring bacterial growth inside of the plumbing lines where you can't readily access it to see it or clean it. But rest assured, it is there. When you drain your hot tub, which should be done periodically, for example, every 3 months is a good number to go with, you should be using a pipe flush or a line flush or a hot tub pipe cleaner product. Every major brand of chemical manufacturer has a version of this. However, most hot tub owners are not aware that this is something that should be done. Not only should it be done every time you drain your hot tub, however, it should be done to a stronger degree when you are cleaning a used hot tub for the first time. You truly have no idea the condition of the hot tub because you can't see inside of the plumbing lines where all of the bacteria will reside. And even if you were to fill up the hot tub and add chlorine or bromine such that it would be killing any bacteria in the water, the problem is that you will get in and sit in front of the jets and turn the jets on. And with the force of the water moving, it will peel pieces of that biofilm away and, basically shoot it directly into your back. And you can end up with a bacterial infection as a result of that. So the process when you get a new hot tub is to fill if it's really dirty and there's a lot of physical debris in there, of course, just clean that out first with a shop vac or a quick rinse and then pump out the water. Then you want to fill the hot tub up to its operating level. You do not, however, want to have the filter in at this point. So you would then proceed to heat the hot tub to its operating temperature, which is typically between 100 to 104 degrees. And then you are going to add a hot tub line flush or pipe flush product. The product that you use will depend on the brand of chemicals that are available to you in your area. Just read the directions on the back of the bottle. Each manufacturer has their own specific set of volumes and length of time that they want it to be in the hot tub. But essentially what you're going to do is add the appropriate amount of this hot tub line flush into the hot tub, and you want to turn on all of your jets. Cycle all of your jets for minimum of an hour. Oftentimes they will time out after 10 or 15 minutes. That's okay. Just keep reinitiating the jet cycle. If you have air controls for your jets, be sure to close all of your air controls, as this process is very likely to create foam, which could get trapped in your air controls. So close all of the air controls, but turn all of your jets on. My personal preference is to do that process late at night, and then to go ahead and leave that product in the hot tub overnight. In the morning, I would then turn on the jet cycle again for a minimum of 1 hour. In a clean hot tub, all of this process should result in maybe a little bit of turbidity in the water or some foam on top. In a really dirty hot tub, this can result in a foot or two of black foam on top of the hot tub. This is a pretty clear indicator that there was a bacterial growth problem inside of the plumbing lines, and if you end up with a foot or two of black disgusting foam on top of your hot tub after doing this pipe flush, you might want to consider even repeating this process a second time after you get to the end. For the average hot tub, that's not going to be the case. If you go through this line flushing procedure, then you're going to be looking pretty good. Once you've cycled all of your jets for a minimum of an hour, and even better, let it sit overnight and do the same thing again in the morning, you can now drain the hot tub. Once you've drained the hot tub, I would then recommend, because this is a used tub being cleaned really for the first time, you will fill it back up to operating level again, circulate all of your jets for, again, between 15 minutes and 1 hour, and then you're going to drain the tub a second time. Now, don't be concerned with the amount of water that this uses. It's probably going to amount to between $10 to $20 of water bills for you, depending on the area that you live in. However, it is definitely worth the extra effort to do this. You do not want to end up in a situation where you are getting sick or bacterial infection because of the quality of the water in your hot tub. So if you go through this process of doing the pipe flush, draining and refilling twice, then at that point you can go ahead and wipe the surface of the hot tub down with just some vinegar and a rag, and your hot tub is now as clean as it can be under the circumstances. This is the only situation that I would consider appropriate in order to get into a used hot tub. Doing this line flush procedure should help to strip out all the bacteria in the hot tub and give you a good fresh start to go with. So once you've refilled your hot tub and heated it up, you can add your chlorine or bromine sanitizer depending on what you like to use, and you should be now safe to use your used hot tub.